Young Goodman Brown came forth at sunset into the street at Salem village, but put his head back after crossing the threshold to exchange a parting kiss with his young wife.
Dearest heart, prithee put off your journey until sunrise and sleep in your own bed tonight. Pray tarry with me this night, dear husband, of all nights in the year.
And she, closing the door, said, looking after him with a melancholy air. So they parted, and the young man pursued his way until he had reached the cover of the forest. He had taken a dreary road, darkened by all the gloomiest trees of the forest. It was all as lonely as could be, and there is this peculiarity in such a solitude that the traveller knows not who may be concealed by the innumerable trunks. He had proceeded but a little way into the forest before he began to doubt whether he was doing right.
"What a wretch am I,"
cried he,
"to leave her on such an errand. She talks of dreams too. Methought as she spoke there was trouble in her face, as if a dream had warned her what work is to be done tonight."
"You are late, Goodman Brown,"
said he.
"The clock of the Old South was striking as I came through Boston, and that is full 15 minutes agone."
It might almost be seen to twist itself like a living serpent, but this must have been an ocular deception, assisted by the uncertain light.
"Come, Goodman Brown,"
cried his fellow traveller.
"this is a dull pace for the beginning of a journey. Take my staff, if you are so soon weary. I have been as well acquainted with your family as with ever a one among the Puritans. I helped your grandfather, the constable, when he lashed the Quaker woman, and it was I that brought your father a pitch-pine knot, kindled at my own hearth, to set fire to an Indian village."
Surprised to see an old woman of the village, Goodman Brown stepped into the woods and hid himself so that he might not be compelled to stop and speak with her.
"The devil!"
screamed the pious old lady.
"Then Goody Cloyes knows her old friend?"
observed the traveller, confronting her and leaning on his writhing stick. He looked up to the sky, doubting whether there really was a heaven above him. Yet there was the blue arch and the stars brightening in it. On came the hoof tramps and the voices of the riders.
"Of the two, Deacon Gookin,"
said a solemn voice,
"I had rather miss an ordination dinner than tonight's meeting."
he looked up and beheld a black cloud sweeping solemnly across the sky. Though no wind was stirring, yet the cloud hurried onward, as if fearing that a heavenly blast should scatter it. As it went, he heard the confused and doubtful sound of voices.
"My faith is gone,"
cried he, after one stupefied moment.
"There is no good on earth, and sin is but a name. Come, devil, for to thee is this world given."
And, maddened with despair, so that he laughed loud and long, did Goodman Brown grasp his staff and set forth again, at such a rate that he seemed to fly along the forest path. At one extremity of an open space, hemmed in by the dark wall of the forest, arose a rock, bearing some rude natural resemblance either to an altar or a pulpit, and surrounded by 4 blazing pines, their tops aflame, their stems untouched, like candles at an evening meeting.
"But,"
continued the sable figure,
"there are all whom ye have reverence from youth. Ye deemed them holier than yourselves, and shrank from your own sin. Depending on one another's hearts, ye had still hoped that virtue were not all agree. Now are ye undeceived. Evil is the nature of mankind. Now are ye undeceived. Evil is the nature of mankind. Evil must be your only happiness. Welcome again, my children, to the communion of your race."
"Faith, faith,"
cried the husband.
"Look up to heaven and resist the wicked one."
He staggered against the rock and felt it chill and damp, while a hanging twig that had been all on fire besprinkled his cheek with the coldest dew. A stern, a sad, a darkly meditative, a distrustful, if not a desperate man did he become. And when he had lived long and was borne to his grave, they carved no hopeful verse upon his tombstone, for his dying hour was gloom.